When we talk about artificial food colors, we often focus on whether they're harmful at all. But there's a more precise question we should be asking. How much are children actually consuming, and does that intake level exceed what toxicologists would consider safe? The exposure estimates, when you dig into them, are genuinely concerning. Researchers have combined market data with dietary intake surveys to model typical consumption patterns. What they've found is that many American children, particularly in the 5 to 10 age range, are consuming levels of synthetic dyes that exceed conservative safety thresholds established by international health bodies. We're not talking about rare binge eating of candy. We're talking about routine daily exposure from breakfast cereal, lunch snacks, afternoon treats, and dinner components. The issue is cumulative exposure. A child might have artificially colored cereal for breakfast, a fruit drink at lunch, colored cheese crackers as a snack, and then ice cream with artificial colors for dessert. Each individual serving might seem trivial, but when you sum the dye content across a typical day, the totals add up quickly. Studies using food diaries and 24-hour recall methods have documented this pattern repeatedly. What makes this particularly troubling is that the concentration varies wildly between products. Some candies contain extraordinarily high levels of dyes, concentrated enough that a single serving delivers significant exposure. Children who preferentially consume these bright, heavily marketed products can easily reach intake levels that animal studies suggest could affect neurotransmitter function. Public health experts I've consulted with emphasize that we're conducting an uncontrolled experiment on developing brains. We don't have long-term tracking data on what chronic, low-level exposure to mixtures of synthetic dyes does over years of childhood development. The precautionary principle would suggest erring on the side of caution, especially given that these additives serve no purpose beyond marketing appeal. The exposure modeling also reveals something else. There's significant inequality in consumption. Children from lower-income families, who often rely more heavily on processed, packaged foods, tend to have higher dye exposure. Children whose parents actively read labels and seek out natural alternatives have lower exposure. So we're not just talking about a general public health issue. We're talking about environmental health disparities affecting kids based on their family's resources and education level. That should bother us more than it apparently does.